Alright, what is good? It's your boy Shimmy back with another video, and it's only right that we cover one of the best animes this season, Dandadan. No long talks, lock the f in, and let's get into it. Boom, if you don't remember last season, Momo, Gigi, and Okarun all go to Gigi's crib, but shit is starting to get weird as soon as they get there. We start with Momo, she's in the hot springs just trying to relax, then these guys walk in, and then they start going after her? What am I watching right now? Momo's not with none of that, but they start chasing her. Where are the police? One of them grabs her leg and she's trying to get out, but then the whole building falls on this one and he gets crushed. Luckily it was Turbo Granny who made it fall. So boom, these bored guys pull up and they're like, what the hell are y'all doing here? You know you're not supposed to be around here, boy. Then after seeing them, all the old men start running like their life depended on it. Bro's even doing parkour away. That's how you know they're guilty. Lock them up today. Now Momo's on her way back to the crib and she's talking to Turbo Granny about the crib, and Turbo's like, yeah, I can't lie, y'all might be cooked, that house is soaked in human blood. Now we cut back to Okarun and Jin and they're looking in the wall and they're like, what am I looking at right now? This shit looks like where Gojo had Itadori in season 1, but then the doorbell rings. Gang, you ordered pizza? Hell nah, it's Momo. They open the door and it in fact was not Momo. It turns out to be 5 old ladies? Okay, but why is she built like my homeboy? So they go in the crib, they make themselves at home, and one of them says, hey, you better be friendly because you ain't got no money for rent to be living here. Basically, when Gigi lost his parents, they took him in. She says, gang, you disappeared without telling us, what's going on? Nah, I just went to meet my homie. And they literally all start crashing out at him like he said MJ's better than LeBron, because he's not. Then she busts out the double pump and points it at him, but at the right time the police show up. Yes, finally arrest this guy. But it turns out he works with the family, and all these old guys pull up too. Okay, but why are they gray? That's my biggest problem. And this one says, hey twin, is this your homie? Don't lie to me. Hold on, is that Anthony Davis? But he says, if you're his best friend, who is he picking between Ice Spice, Ruby Rose, and Jada Wada? That's actually an insane question, but he says Ruby Rose. So they all start talking, and Shorty says, we know there was a girl with you. You just lied to us. Now back to Momo, she goes to a shrine and this guy shows her what's in the box that they worship, and this is what it is? What the hell is that? But we learned for the last 200 years they choose one person to sacrifice to the Great Spirit so the volcano doesn't erupt. Like, who came up with that? Imagine you're living your life and it's randomly your turn to get sacrificed. Respectfully, we're all dying. If it was me, I'm running. After that, Momo gets back to the crib and she's like, wagwan with you guys, y'all met Casper yet or what? And then she just sees the whole family and Okarun and Jin beat up on the ground. Okay, but why do these guys have no clothes on again? This shit is so freaky. But then they say our offerings are finally here.
What do you mean by that?
Momo goes in with a kick and gives the next one a rude knee of justice, but they try to hit her with a combo. She's not done yet though, she gives this next one a kick. Not gonna lie, bro's gonna need surgery after that. He's not having children. It's looking grim now, but Turbo Granny comes and saves her. This lady who looks like my homeboy goes into full Jackie Chan mode and is trying to end Momo. Momo's just throwing shit at her, but she's dodging everything. And then she gets hit through the wall, and these guys are all cheering. And we learn these guys have been luring in people over the years and killing them. They even took out Gigi's parents. Bro's not even the main character though, why are you trying to take away his parents? That's crazy. Then the room turns into quicksand and shit just starts sinking. She tries to get out, but they hit her back in. They're not gonna let Momo get stuck down there though. They go in, push them out of the way and try to grab her, but everybody ends up falling down. Then we just see hella houses down here. Now Gigi's hanging on to this house and he's about to fall. And he falls, but he lands on something soft? What the hell is that? But then it turns out to be the Great Serpent. Why are bro's teeth so straight? Did he have braces? What's going on? The old lady says, hey, Great Serpent, eat them over there. We can even put barbecue sauce on them if you need it. But it just eats them.
So
not gonna lie, good. Those gray ass hoes deserved it. Then something happens to Okarun. His powers activate and he goes crazy. The sandworm hears them and it just starts going after them. Jin's like, what is going on? We just see Momo and Okarun trying to off themselves. So Gigi ties them both up and Turbo Granny says, it's emitting psychic waves right now, gang. It's messing with their brains. So Gigi picks them up, starts sprinting for his life, and he jumps out of the house, but bro falls. And they're about to jump off again. This is crazy. They look up and this thing is staring right at them. Then in his underwear shows up. What is going on here? Luckily they all come back to their senses. but the underwear guy turns his head around. Now Turbo says don't look him in the eyes or it'll take over your body, but their powers are canceling each other out. So Okarun locks in, transforms, and goes right through the serpent. But it literally regenerates itself? Okay. Now they're all running away, but Evil Eye stares right at Jinta. We get a flashback and we see one of the first people who got sacrificed, and bro literally gets burned in magma. Yeah, I'm happy those gray hoes are dead. Then we see him as a ghost, and every time he looks at a kid, their parents die. Like, okay. Now after learning all that, Gigi's like, I ain't gonna lie, he's not a bad guy. They go all the way down to the bottom of this place. They find a door, they open it, and they see the little kid's body. Turbo says, hey, don't trust the he's grimy as fuck. He'd slime his homeboy for a pack of Doritos. But bro says, nah, that's gang. He may look a little different, but that's still my brother. And then the worm does an electric attack and drops some sludge down there. What is happening? Now Jinta looks straight at Evil Eye again, and he's knocked out cold. Now we see Jinta with the little U, and he says, my bad twin, I didn't really know what you really went through. And we just see the kid on the floor, and he's like, I wanna gamble. I wanna gamble. See, that's real. Doesn't matter how old he is, always make sure to gamble. So they go and play together, but then it says, you finally said it, and it takes over his body. Now the worm is about to pull up and eat him. They can't move, Okarun is nowhere to be found, but Gigi gets up, gives it a rude punch, and then kicks it in the sky. He says, I finally acquired this body. It's time to gamble and kill all humans. Then it goes and kicks Momo? God damn. Shorty's like, chill, we don't do abuse around here. But Evil Eye says, Gigi ain't here, bitch. It's just me. But the worm ain't done yet. It tries to paralyze them, but he blocks it. He uses all the power of his dead homies and starts kicking a soccer ball. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this guy's crazy. He's really hitting that shit though. I deadass thought this was Isagi. After that, the worm escapes. Evil Eye is not done yet though. He goes to kick the ball at Momo, goes in her blind spot and gives her a rude liver shot. It goes to end her, but then our GOAT comes in and stops it. Now they're battling kick versus kick. Hold on, is that an advanced Conqueror's hockey clash? Boom, after that hockey clash, Okarun gets hit on the ground. And he just takes Momo and runs. But this guy's really trying to kill them. He's really switching up on his day ones. He not even rich yet too. Now Evil Eye says you really siding with the ops and you're a yokai? But you already know, Okarun ain't gonna let someone disrespect his shorty like that. But he knows when to pick his battle, so he leaves with shorty. All while bro is kicking this ball everywhere. Momo's like, appreciate you, gangy. And they look up and they see, what is that, a butthole? But it's the worm and now it's spewing venom. Basically, it's gonna keep them underground and kill them slowly. And the only way to escape is at the top. Momo's like, you smart. What is that thing's weakness? And he says, it's the sun. My sunshine. So he tells her, listen, we can get you out of here and I'm gonna deal with that boy Gigi. I ain't gonna let you just stay down here and maybe die, gang. Don't worry, twin, I ain't dying. And then they hold hands. So she gets on this chair and he gets under it. Shorty's like, what are you about to do? He says, alright, I'm gonna launch you off this chair, then you launch yourself and get out of here. See guys, this is why I'll need to do leg day, just in case you ever get into this situation. Boom, he pushes her and she jumps even higher, but she's not gonna make it. So she uses her power and grabs on. Finally, she makes it out. She's free, but then Evil Eye pulls up on Okarun again. I found you, little you know I'm packing you up first. Okarun says, bitch, I ain't forget how you hurt my shots. Now we cut back to Momo and she's like, okay, bet, I need to go and save these guys. So she takes these curtains down, ties them together, makes a rope, but that shit is not going anywhere. To be honest, I don't even know why she thought that would work. Now she's walking around thinking, she's like, now how can I kill that worm? Should I play some Lil Yachty? Oh, that won't work. Should I make him watch Love Island? Nah, he might like that shit. Okay, let's burn this shit down. And Shorty actually burns the whole house. That is crazy. She gets out and starts calling people for help. Now Okarun and Evil Eye are still going at it. Bro's kicking the ball at him. He dodges last minute. And now Okarun's just parkouring away from this ball. Okarun hits him, but he throws him off. And then he kicks the ball at him again. Bro is moving like Wii Fit Trainer with that ball. And Smash Bros, if you know, you know. Again, he dodges it, but listen, Evil Eye's not no regular Evil Eye. Bro's got the Rinnegan in his forehead, you see that. So he says, I understand it now, and hits him in the dome with the ball. Then he just hits him straight in the ground. He's about to get taken out, but Okarun dodges again last minute. I can't lie, bro's gonna have to start fighting back because this is getting a little crazy. Evil Eye walks up to him and he's like, bro, is all you gonna do dodge? You're not really serious? You was talking all that shit for what? Then he gets a nosebleed. Basically, poison that the worm is spewing is starting to affect Gigi's body. He says, "Aight gang, playtime is over." And he traps him in this little house. And he says, "You're not escaping this house, gang." Then he walks in and he's like, "I'm home, bitch." He goes in for a punch, but Okarun saw this already. He knows his moves. He ducks below it. But what he didn't see was that there was a knee of justice waiting for him and he gets hit. His mask breaks and from there he's just cooked. Evil Eye's just giving him punch after punch. Bro doesn't even know what's happening anymore. I swear that was like a 50-hit combo. And he's even talking shit. Bro's like, "This is what you got? This is all you can do. After I kill you, I'm gonna go kill that bitch too." But again, Okarun's not gonna let that shit happen. He grabs his mouth and says, "Hey, you've been moving mad at my dog's body. Pause. You've been disrespecting me, my shots, and LeBron. 3 things I can't let slide." Evil Eye's not hearing none of that. He goes to give him a rude punch, but Okarun dodges. He goes in with the knee of justice, but Okarun's seen that move already. He dodges that too. He gets down, hits him with a rude frog punch. Evil Eye's like, what the fuck? But Okarun's not done yet. Bro hits him again and again and again. Bro's hitting him over and over with this frog punch. Evil Eye's like, bet this is a real scrap now. Tries to go in, but Okarun's not having none of that. He keeps hitting him over and over. And slowly the house starts to crack. He does one last frog punch and finally breaks it. And obviously Okarun has to do his emo oral farming before he passes out. But Okarun gets back up and he's dragging Gigi to save him. But then he just hears Turbo Granny yelling for help in the basement. So he goes all the way down to grab her. He puts some planks down so he doesn't fall. Tries to pick her up and the man falls in. Okay, so now they're both cooked. So they're at the bottom begging Momo to help them. Now we cut back to Momo and the police are talking to her. So hold on, you're telling me you started this fire? Shit, I mean, I might have, but listen, the family who lived here, they were killing people. They were a bunch of murderers. The Emojoji family lives here. What are you talking about? This is why you never cooperate with the police. She's cooked. They try to take Momo in, but then they feel someone's spiritual pressure. Who is that? And it's an earthquake? And then the worm pops out and it starts to burn. But now it's hiding behind this house. So Momo says, "You burning today, bitch." Takes this truck and launches it at the worm and the house. And it finally burns and falls to the ground. And Momo starts kicking it. Yeah, he wasn't really on shit. Then it moves and it throws up these gray guys. Bro, I'm tired. Nah, someone explain to me how they even survived being in that thing's body. I don't care. And the first thing they say is, "Look what the hell you've done. You killed the great serpent." Like, gang, you literally just got ate. What are we talking about? Momo's like, "Listen, I ain't got time for you gray bitches. Let me go save my dogs." So she goes to leave. Boom, and then another earthquake happens. And this one is worse than the one before. Everything is shaking. This can only be one person's spiritual pressure. Chad. Then the lady says, "You're to blame for all of this. Like, did you want Shorty to just die? Why does she have to die? Why didn't you just die?" But then the volcano erupts. Damn, don't tell me the prophecy was real. Alright, that is all for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know if you want me to cover Dandadan more regularly or you want me just to keep doing Gachi, Lord of the Mysteries, that type of thing. But yeah, appreciate all the love, all the support. Slowly grinding, slowly going up. Next week, probably only gonna be 1 video, maybe 2 if I'm a serious guy. I'm not really a serious guy. Yeah, boy's going on vacation. So yeah, probably 1 video, but should be Hell's Paradise. And then after that, we're gonna try to get this AOT video out. And yeah, appreciate all the love, all the support. We're gonna keep grinding, keep going, keep showing. So yeah, catch y'all boys and girls in the next video. Peace.